Actually, it's probably, what's it, today's the 20th of June, so got 500 and what, 16 walks or something like that, something silly like that.
Oh, that's good.
It's, I dread to think how often I've done this, but I mean, I suppose if it's on my doorstep, I tend to, it's quite nice. It's quite, and for all the times I think this pitch actually gets used, it really doesn't get used all that often. Feather there, which means somebody must
have... It probably does during the day.
Yeah.
Because it's very well maintained.
Yeah. I mean, the local Glenrothes Juniors. So, I mean, it's not like I'm walking over the middle of the field, so...
And even if you were, you're not doing it any harm.
Well, when you're walking barefoot, your footsteps are much lighter when you're barefoot. But then, what is it? Today, the grass is actually lovely. It's dry, it feels maybe a little bit waxy. It's about 26, 27 degrees, which for Scotland is unheard. Aye, considering... Well, back in January I was doing -9. So, wow. -9, that was... Okay, that was just... I was walking on tarmac. There is no fucking way I would have been able to tolerate this. Absolutely not a chance. So no, I was... back in January I still did a lot of barefooting this winter. Hence why this is about I've done about 50 odd walks this year. Done over 50, albeit a lot of them are short. Even when I'm going to work on a nice day, I'll still wear shorts and walk just about to the bus stop. I have walked over that roundabout barefoot, but I would sooner not do it barefoot because you need to have your wits about you.
Yeah.
Based on, it's one of the major roundabouts for Scotland. One of the main arteries for the A92. So I would sooner... I'd sooner not. But yeah, I suppose I've been quite lucky with some of the places I've lived, because when I've lived in Bonnyrigg, I had a couple of football fields which were not dissimilar in size, and certainly also had that other walk that we did quite a lot. Christ, there's times where I would spin that out to about 40 odd minutes.
What, round that field?
Yep.
I like that walk.
Times where I'd walk down into the other end, which is where I got that injury.
That's where I told you about Sarah. The whole story.
Yeah, that's where I didn't video that one.
No.
Any personal stuff, I normally put a soundtrack through it. I mean, a lot of the time these videos, and quite often I say it when I'm online, is that they are like a video diary. I mean, even just me coming from here to Bonnyrigg. Now let's get a look at that. Let's see what the fetish people say all about that. Fantastic stuff. Yeah, excellent. Good. Your feet are looking good. Strangely enough, they shouldn't be that dirty, and anything just gets rubbed off in your shoes anyway.
Yeah.
But that dirt walk that we used to do around those, Hayfield. Also, that'd be great. If I ever won the lottery, it'd be great just to walk over that, walk around an athletics track to see how that feels underfoot. Last year I explored that bit over there.
I wonder what that circle bit is.
Looks like a track of some kind.
It's a short track.
No, it's kind of a rail track or something like that. I don't know what the purpose of it was. Yeah, I don't know if this was originally meant for kind of kids or something like that.
Oh, I think that's what it was. It would have been like a little miniature railway thing.
Yeah.
To give the kids a wee... Can we go around that way? No.
Nah.
We have to go this way. Yeah,
Aye.
that's what it looks like it was.
Yeah, I mean, I know that one of the park, I think it's Beveridge Park in Kirkcaldy has its own miniature railway. So that would be, yeah, Beveridge Park in Kirkcaldy. But then the parks in Kirkcaldy are, despite all my bitch and moan about Kirkcaldy, is that
Parks are quite nice.
yeah, that's the funny thing about Fife. We're in Edinburgh. What's the biggest park in Edinburgh? Holyrood Park.
Probably, yeah.
But how much space is there actually in Holyrood Park? I don't think there's that much. You've got the grounds at the bottom, but you don't actually, beyond that, you don't really have all that much.
Do you like my shoe?
Very nice.
That's a shoe. Do you like mine? We're marching. We're marching shoes. Look.
Remember that guy that guy with the blue gimp mask?
Red, blue, gimp.
With a blue gimp mask. I was walking around one day and I saw this guy with this hentai mask, this kid with this hentai mask. And all he said, if you don't know the face, you don't know the place. And I was like, what the fuck?
He said that to you.
Aye.
If you don't know the face, you don't know the place.
Yeah.
How strange. Was
He's
it some kind of kink fetish pub?
a young kid. I mean, you see a lot of them with these
I
hentai.
think that lad was making that point as
I
in,
know, you're not wearing
I've got
shoes.
shoes on and you've not.
Yeah.
But I just went, oh,
I know.
cool Crocs.
Smart
And that kind
thing.
of derailed him.
Yep. Kids, I mean, they're smart arses at the best of times.
They were fine.
It's what ages were about 10, 12
You were
somewhere.
quite pleased about getting that 300 quid back.
Aye, so you should be.
Oh, thanks to Bernie picking up.
I think we all need to have that friend that could.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
Well-
at a push I would have been able to do that, but I actually hadn't even thought about asking for money back.
Well, they were nickel and diming it. We'll cut
Yeah,
it.
trying to.
They were trying to nickel and dime it. We'll cut straight down the long.
I know for sure, because they thought, oh, we'll just get them a wee free lunch. And
25
Truth
quid.
is-
Fuck off.
the truth is, these companies, they always have places on the resort
Yep.
that give them a good deal.
Yeah.
So they say to them, right, on our, because you always get maybe 4 out of the 7 nights you get your meal in the hotel.
Yep.
But on the other nights, they always say, you're free to go wherever you want to go. However, As
We
a group-
recommend.
we always go to,
Yep.
and they always recommend somewhere, and 9 times out of 10 the group does pick that place,
Yep.
and for sure they've got a mutually beneficial agreement going on.
Yeah, you can guarantee they get their kickbacks.
You know, they get a kickback because they bring, every single week they bring a big group of people
Yep.
to eat in their restaurant, you know.
And you
Let's
can.
see the bottom.
Okay. Looking good. A wee bit grassy, but good. We're going for showers later, and at the end of the day, we'll walk about the house barefoot anyway. There's times where I will walk barefoot straight from the house to here, which takes about 20 minutes.
Over the tarmac.
Yep.
It would be alright but that entrance to and from the park, that must be very painful.
Doesn't take long. I mean, you're only doing it for about. It's amazing how tough the skin is
Yeah.
and how durable the skin is. It's amazing some of the surfaces that I've walked over the years, but I think this was quite a good idea, just getting at the house. It was, just a good idea getting out.
Definitely. Just get a breath of fresh air as well.
Yeah, which is strange because there isn't any.
No.
So it was just.
And nice to feel the ground under your feet.
I'll do a wee bit of ground in the earth and take your back. Still can't believe you've been totally cool with me doing this, even though
Of course.
I'd only started barefooting about, what?
I liked it as soon as you told me. In fact, when we
Yeah.
had our preamble chat before we
Yeah.
even met,
Yeah.
you told me that you were, because you said, oh, what I like? I said, I'm quite spiritual, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And you said, well, I'm kind of spiritual in my own way. I really like barefooting. And I was like, really? And you were like, yeah. I said, oh, it's meant to be really good for you. And we ended up chatting in that way.
Yeah.
And then on our first date, we did barefooting around that park. Do you remember?
Yeah, I never filmed it. That was but yeah, I'd only been barefooting for about 9 months when we got together. So it's
And
right
I
at the
think you
start.
quite liked it because June was so against it.
Okay.
You quite liked that I was all for it.
It was pretty cool. It was also quite funny. It was a good fuck off tonight. And it
Yeah.
used to really fucking annoy her. You really.
Why would someone object to someone walking barefoot? It's just absolutely beyond me.
Well, I don't know, but at
You
the end
know,
of the day,
what possible? What was the reason she gave?
fuck knows. I mean, I think at that stage, the marriage was over anyway. So I think at that stage we were all, everything was falling apart, and there's a lot of tension, and there was a lot of tension. And you know, when a marriage comes to an end, how you're just looking for every little thing that I did would annoy her. And I started doing every little thing to annoy her, hence why the wedding ring ended up in the recycle bin.
That was so funny.
And
On top of a pizza box.
Which she also found.
That's
Anyway,
hilarious.
call quits there.